There's a ton of weapons in 76, but there's definitely ones that are a cut above the rest, so he has 5 of the best heavy weapons for any situation. First up, the Plasma Caster, and I'm going to give this one the most economical title, even though there are other weapons out there that are also very efficient with their ammo. Plasma Caster, however, takes that to a new level. It's a slow firing weapon, but it packs a massive punch, especially if you get yourself a bloodied or anti-armor roll. It's one of the few heavy weapons that is completely usable in VATS, so all of these points mean that you can easily turn this into a one-shot kill weapon against targets like level 100 super mutants with the right build and setup. Of course, VATS crits definitely get in the one-shot kills, but even if your roll or build isn't perfect, it's an easy two-shot kill in VATS, and since enemies drop far more ammo than you use, you can see why it's super easy to keep this weapon fed with ammo and why it gets the economical title. Super fun weapon, definitely try it. Next up, the Gatling Plasma, and I'll give this one the all-rounder title. An energy weapon with a large magazine size and great damage output means your DPS is very good, and especially on larger targets such as bosses with their bigger health pools, this weapon definitely takes advantage of that situation. You can keep your DPS going without having to worry about constantly reloading. It's fast firing as well. It's just a super solid heavy gunner choice, and probably one of the most popular ones, even with legacies being a thing of the past. It's easy to find and tradable, unlike the Plasma Caster, which you have to unlock with gold bullion. The Gatling Plasma is a great option to go for. It can also be pretty efficient, since against regular mobs it only takes short bursts to kill them, so it's great in any situation really, just not VATS. On to the next, the Giga Healer title, and that would be the Minigun Shredder. My personal favorite. Now, the Minigun Shredder can take a lot of titles. Super efficient in terms of ammo because you literally don't use any. Great DPS output, great healing with the Vampire's effect. Comes in handy for resilient modifiers in ops and events. It's just an awesome weapon, can't really go wrong with it. If you do plan to get one and use it, they're super easy to find and you can start using them from a low level, which is super handy since you won't have to worry about ammunition. If you want a damage focused one, then anti-armor is your choice, and if you want a healing one, then vampires. Other legendary effects don't work with the Shredder mod, only those two. Get bash in as a second star and you're golden. It'll carry you through any situation. Up next, the Flamer, which gets the Boss Killer title. An extremely powerful heavy gunner option. The Flamer is just super awesome. Short bursts will kill any mob out there, and if you're looking to absolutely shred through bosses' health bars, then this is one of the go-to weapons for heavy gunners. But it's not just great for bosses, it can also be really awesome for crowd control. Since it's a flamer, it tends to go through enemies, so if they're grouped together, then you'll be hitting ones behind as well. It's got a large magazine, which means you won't have to worry about reloading often, but you'll probably have to repair it fairly regularly, depending on what perk cards and legendary effects you have on it. Bloodied and anti-armor, of course, are very good choices, as is vampires for healing. And if you want an even cooler option, then the Holy Fire from the Beasts of Burden event is a super awesome choice to get your hands on, and you get a cool blue flame with it. And last but not least, the Carpet Bomber title, the AGL, a weapon that'll often piss off other players at events if you're using it because, well, look at its title. It's the Carpet Bomber, extremely powerful and it's explosive, but it is an explosive heavy, so it still counts for this list technically. Doesn't have a larger magazine, but that doesn't matter because things will be dead in 1 or 2 shots anyway. And speaking of 2-shot, it's still powerful on this weapon, but the usual bloodied or anti-armor will serve you good as well. If you have access to the nuclear launcher, then you have a perfect weapon in your hands. Just be prepared for any other angry players at events, but then again, who cares? You do you, go blow shit up. It's also great for crowd control, much like the Flamer because it's explosive, and another weapon that is pretty usable inside of VATS out of the heavy gun lineup. But that'll do it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.